Hey family, how y'all feeling out there? I hope y'all feeling all right. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing good. I don't never do these videos unless I'm in a good mood and I'm feeling good. People don't understand that when you do videos that you're projecting energy, and I don't feel that anybody want to watch a video and somebody's energy is bad or off. You can keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want, so I want you to feel good like I'm feeling good when you watch these videos. I like to make it interesting and fun, not just for y'all, but for myself, because I don't like being bored. And I wouldn't even do these videos if they was boring for me. That's why I get all dressed up. Y'all like this? Look, I got the serpent energy going on. Yeah. I don't know why I did that voice, but I did. And I like it, y'all. It's fun. It's gold. I decided to wear some cream today because in my videos, I wear a lot of dark colors because that's what I like. But I also like cream. Y'all see the little stones in here? This is so pretty. And these are my citrine and gold earrings. Y'all need to go on the website, crystalcreekbotanicals.com. Go on there and get you some stones, some crystals, some jewelry. And if you're into that type of stuff, I ain't trying to push it off on nobody. You don't deal with stones. That's fine. But I got all kind of spiritual supplies on the website. So I'm always repping Crystal Creek Botanicals. Why? Because I think it is an awesome store. Okay, so y'all know that's my baby. So I'm going to always talk about that. The topic today, the reason why I kind of mentioned the earrings and the stones and stuff is because I wanted to touch on healing crystals and stones. I just want to kind of jump right into it, okay? Um, Healing crystals and stones, I want to touch on it in two different ways, okay? I'm trying to break this down pretty good. Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. So a lot of people make a lot of false claims about crystals and stones because we know that when other people get a hold of people get a hold of their culture and their ways and things that they have been doing to heal themselves, they more so commercialize it. And they do that so that people can now, buy it. So they can make money. So a lot of people in their websites, when you're looking up crystals and stones and dealing with people, they make a lot of claims about stones and crystals that's not, necessarily true. Now on my website, I always say helps with or typically used for, because I think wording is important. Me personally, myself, when I look at a stone, and this is how I think others should do it as well, but to each, everybody do their thing, their own way. But for me, I look at the color and whatever I feel, I look at the energy at the stone, and whatever I feel when I look at it, that's what I use it for. I don't necessarily go with the typical explanation that people give for stones. Now, on my website, I give those, explanations because some people need that. If you're new to it, maybe you need a kind of guide, to help you with crystals or stones. I have some here. These are my amethyst stones that I'm holding. It's just while I'm talking about it, for some reason, these are my own personal stones. But, crystals and stones, you should come up with your own reasoning behind what this stone means to you. What do you feel when you look at it? You see what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily into, and that's how hard to do if you get a stone online. I think when you're buying stones online, I think it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So you kind of like, I don't know why I did that. You kind of like are taking a chance more so. When people order stones for me, I typically like to ask the universe. I just typically grab one and say, let them get whatever it is, whichever one is for them. And whatever I grab, that's what you end up with. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that these things, they happen the way they're supposed to. So it's kind of fun to kind of buy stones online because, and then I want to say this as well, that every stone is different and unique, just as we are. So even though how we're all melanated people, but we don't all give off the same energy. So each stone, you have to understand, is very unique. Even when you buy stones from people, like you may buy a rose quartz from somebody, and I heard people say, well, I don't like the energy I got from their stones. That's because every single stone is going to be different. And whoever is selling them to you, we can't control the energy, the way it's going to look, or, it has its own thing because there's nothing perfected in nature. You know what I'm saying? It's all different. So even though these are both amethysts, they're still going to give off total different properties. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. I want to touch on the fact too that a lot of people like to say that crystals and stones are evil. I want to say this to those people. Crystals and stones are no more evil than the very ground that you walk on because they come from the earth and they are full of minerals, atoms, particles, molecules. They're full of electromagnetic energy. They're full of different type of safe radiations, ionizing radiation. A lot of the minerals that are inside of these stones, even carbon-6, which is something that our bodies are made of. You're made up of carbon. If a stone is wicked, so are you, because many of the properties that are in these stones are also inside of your body. Magnesium is in different stones. So it depends on not just the color of the stone, but the part of the earth it was retrieved from, because different parts of the earth are, release different type of energy. So, let's talk about this for a moment because a lot of people don't know. I mean, if you're going to call crystals and stones evil, do you know that your screen that you are watching, if you're on a computer, a laptop of any sort, your cell phone right now, you are watching this through crystal particles, you know, LCD, liquid crystals, liquid crystal display or something. I don't know. Look it up. LCD. I don't know. But I know for a fact they're retrieving crystals and minerals out of the earth to use it, for the screen that you're looking at so that you can see me and I can see you right now. So if you feel like crystals are evil, then why are you even using a cell phone? You see what I'm saying? The same thing that's being generated and released from your computer, like radiation, and there are safe radiations, and then there are radiations that are not safe for the body. Radiation is in the air that you breathe. It's called ionizing radiation, and it's also in the water that you drink. So there's healthy doses of radiation in our body. So crystals and stones in themselves have something like, I guess, especially amethyst. It has a carbon in it called boron. Yeah, I don't get mad. I'm not a scientist. I'm trying to say it right because I'm like, wait a minute. It's called boron carbon. Okay. Boron carbon is just like particles that come out of space. It carries electromagnetic energy itself. So what stones do, they aid in the process in healing you. So different stones, okay, they help to protect your aura. I don't know if some people even know what aura is, but if you're watching this, you should know what an aura is. An aura is a ray of light that's around your body. And some people have the abilities like myself to see auras. You can see the light and they're different colors. And what this does is it helps to radiate. It can protect your aura around your body. And if you have a healthy aura, then by default, you can heal. It's not that the stone is healing you of cancer. It's not that it's making your blood pressure go down. It's helping the energy. Almost dropped my stone. Almost dropped my stone. It's that you're helping the energy that's around you so that by wearing it, you're helping your electromagnetic field around you. We call them auras. Okay. And that's what stones are do. You are the conductor of energy. So it always is about you. So they're not typically just healing you, but stones are helping to assist you with the healing process. So I hope you guys kind of understand that. Don't let people, have you buying stones and saying, well, this is going to heal me of this or that. No, it helps with your energy, okay? Because different stones, when I look at them, I mean, they just make me happy. Certain stones make me feel a certain way. Like when I look at the chips and stuff, like there's like little dots. They're red and white inside of the bloodstone. Like you can't see it, or maybe you can. But when I look at this stone, it reminds me of space for some reason. It reminds me like protective energy for some reason when I look at a bloodstone. The dots that are in there kind of remind me of stars. So I know that seems deep, but that's my mind. And so this would be a good stone for me to use, for protection or any kind of magic work that I do, maybe even divination. I would, depend on this for that, not, depend on it necessarily, then maybe that's the wrong word, but I would use it in my work. Or I would wear it when I feel like I need more protection because this is what it represents to me. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of have to look at stones for yourself and do your own research. And I say go for it on your own terms and not let anybody guide you through it. But if you do need a reference, I can only tell you what people typically use it for. Over the years, this has been used for this or that. But I say go at it on your own. So there's nothing evil about crystals or stones. I will say that certain stones have more magnetic energy in them. And I wanted to say, when I was studying crystals, that I found to be very interesting is that they were studying, because there are people that study crystals. There's a whole, you go to school for it. I forget what it's called, but there are people who literally study crystals on the earth. Um, and when they were looking at quartz, they were seeing that, looking at it, that it had a geometrical shape. And anything that has a mathematical, tone to it, or a mathematical property to it, we know is of intelligence. So we know that the earth is very intelligent. Water has memory. We know, so we living in, like, whoever created, the world that we live in is of intelligence. This didn't just happen like out of anywhere. To a certain degree, I believe in a Big Bang theory, but to a certain degree, I don't, because the earth we live is very mathematical. So inside of the stones, you can see that it's very, and when you're looking at quartz, that it's mathematical and it makes sense inside of those quartz. So to me, that's a sign of intelligence. Stones were not just used for the purpose of wearing them, for the energy around you, to protect your energy, or to even make your energy, radiate. If you want to be of a higher vibration, people wasn't just wearing stones for that. People were wearing and using stones for makeup products. Stones like lapis were worn by priests in ancient Egypt. They would wear it and make necklaces out of it because they said it would help the priest to communicate better. But they say that some of the queens back then would take lapis and break it down in different stones that came from the earth, and they would make eyeshadows and lipsticks. So this is nothing new. That was like your natural cosmetics back then. Listen to that word, cosmetics, because it's very it come from the cosmos. It's very divine. No, really, cosmetics is very, very divine because it wasn't full of chemicals back then. And like I was telling you earlier, inside of these stones is something called boron, okay, carbon. And boron carbon, just like carbon-6, comes from the stars out in the cosmos. It comes out of the heavens, as above, so below, as they say. So everything that's up in space, a lot of those minerals and things are also in our stones that come out of the earth. Now, different stones are also different colors because of the heating process. So just like we go through a process in life, so have your stones. They all have been through a different process. That's why they're all given off rather, different energy. Yeah, I'm a little tongue-tied today, but I'm just saying. So the stones served a better purpose as well, because putting these stones crumbled up on their eyelids and different things, it made them look what? Beautiful. And anything that's beautiful, you radiate. We love to look at beautiful things. We like to look at beautiful women and anything that's attractive. Beauty is the sign of an advancing society. So when you see people wearing jewels and things to look glamorous, okay, because glamour is a form of witchcraft, it really is. Um, that is a sign of intelligence. When you fix yourself up, anything that's beautiful, when people are doing beautiful artwork, okay, that's a sign of people doing good. No one has beautiful, nice artwork or nice things in their house and they're struggling and they're poor and they don't have anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's a form of advancement. So it's kind of weird to me because we'll hear people talk bad about diamonds, I mean crystals and all that kind of stuff, but they'll wear diamonds. Okay, hand those people a diamond and those same people will wear a diamond in a minute. Do you know that's a crystal or a stone? That's a stone. So it's the same thing. The same energy that you get, the same energy that you get from wearing diamonds is the same thing that happens when you wear an amethyst or any other stone. For some reason, you see it all time and time again. The energy that comes from the diamond, people will feel good. For some reason, let somebody put some blinged out real diamonds on. They're going to, attitude is going to change. You know, even when you're looking at somebody that have on diamonds, you know, you look at them in a different way. They look very shiny. They look polished. Their energy, they radiate a little bit more because that's the energy coming from the stones also working with their own aura, that's generating this energy. Okay, so you can wear the stones and stuff. It's nothing wrong with it. I think they're very beautiful. It does help and assist with better energy. We know when our energy is better that we can heal better. We know that we can communicate better. You know, when I look at lapis look very royal to me. Looks very, very royal. It has a royal blue tone to it. So anytime you see blues or purples, we think about richness and royalty. So I can see why many of the priests would wear it. It looks very spiritual to me. For some reason, I can see that. So I think that's what our people did back then. They went by what they felt because we know the earth is very, very color coordinated. That's why a lot of us deal with chakras because there's a literal science behind that. Just like there's a science behind your stones and crystals. You see what I'm saying? Um, just like whatever we eat, like the food that we eat. So we'll say green, okay, or green foods are good for your heart, and by default, good for your blood because your heart is pumping blood. So we'll eat green foods or purple foods because your blood is a dark red, which is like a purplish color. It can. And we'll drink wine and things like that because it's good for your blood. So the earth is very color coordinated because we are from the earth. We're also cosmic. So we're a mixture of, you know, our body is a mixture of space particles. That's what carbon-6 is. You know, you are the 666. You see what I'm saying? That's what boron carbon is. Um, a lot of the stones have, like I said, ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is full of electromagnetic energy, and it's energy that moves so fast that it has the ability to separate atoms and molecules from each other. That's why people use ionizing um, radiation to do chemotherapy. So a lot of your crystals and stones are being used to heal people by default. You see what I'm saying? They're breaking it down and using the different properties that come from it to do radiation. Now, I don't want to talk a lot about chemotherapy because I'm not a doctor, but the thing about it is anything that you take and it's too much for you, you can have a bad reaction. You know what I'm saying? Iron is good for you, but take too much iron. You know, you could kill yourself. There's iron in these stones. You see what I'm saying? In many of them. So the same thing with radiation. The problem to me, and this is not, I'm not a doctor. I'm not, you know, I can't talk, you know, tell nobody about, but this is just my personal opinion. The reason why radiation when it comes to chemotherapy is not good for people is because too much of it can cause your cancer to grow bigger. The right amount of it can cure you or help shrink down, basically help shrink down the cancer. But my thing is everybody's body cannot take the same amount of radiation. So unless we today, we have to understand, and this may be helping somebody, I get off topic a lot, we're not dealing with doctors and stuff that are healers. Back in the day, you had to literally have the gift of healing. That's why they called a lot of doctors witches. Okay, that's where your witch doctor comes from. You see what I'm saying? Because there was a gift of healing. So people were using their own energy to heal. Nowadays, you just have to be smart enough to pass a bunch of tests and quizzes. A lot of your doctors don't have intuition. So because they don't have the gift of healing, you are just another paycheck to them. So this is why them using stones and different things and taking the properties from them to try to heal you do not work because they're giving some people too much of certain things. We're all not the same. So, you know, I might can take more radiation than you can. I might could take more chemo, you know, if I had, you know, but I'm just saying that's just an example, you know, so that's why we have to be very careful. And that's why it's good for us to take care of ourselves before, you know, we end up with some type of disease, you know. Um, Like I said, crystals and stones are used in medicines. Crystals and stones are also used, as I was talking about, when it comes to eyeshadows. They're also used in your cell phones and laptops and different things like that. LCD, liquid crystal display. Your screens and things are made out of crystal quartz. That's why you're able, if you're looking at me now from a cell phone, a laptop, anything, you're looking at me basically through crystals. It's so weird because a lot of people will be like, well, I'm not using that. I'm not putting that on because that's the devil's work, but you'll pick up a cell phone and use that. This is the reason why your devices give off a lot of radiation, but it's a different type of radiation. It's not a healthy form of radiation. Like I said, radiation is in air, it's in water, and it's also inside of the earth as well. Okay, so like I said, there's nothing wrong with wearing crystals and stones. If you feel good doing it, I think you should definitely do it. I don't think that there's any particular research that you need to do unless you just want to know where the crystal or stone came from. But I'm going to tell you, buying stones from somebody, you're never going to get the same thing twice. So that's just how it's not going to be the same color. If somebody's selling you stones and they all look alike, that's not a real stone. I'm just saying your stones is supposed to look different color variations. Like, yes, we may call these all, we may say these are all amethyst or, these are tiger eye, or whatever. But at the same time, they're all going to look different. They're going to be shaped different. Okay. So let's talk about the raw stones. Raw stones are basically stones that are chipped right off from the earth. Okay. And basically distributed as is. Okay, chipped off, put in a bag, sent off. They're not shiny. They're in their very, very natural form. Now, tumbled stones are very shiny, as you can see, and these are more attractive. I feel like they give off the same type of properties. It just depends on what you like. Like I said, I like a mixture of all of them. So I like to have a bowl with, raw stone quartz. They call it raw or rough. And tumbled stones is like a metal device that they put a bunch of raw stones in that are the same. So they'll put all tiger eye stones inside of a device, and they'll put water inside of it, and they'll spin it around really fast, and they'll hit each other while they're in there. So it's a natural process. There's nothing unnatural really about the tumble stones. It's just basically making them shine, making them have this wonderful glossy. And then you can see when they're tumbled, you can see the patterns in the stone a whole lot better. So that's just, the difference between the two, whether you like raw. My store, Crystal Creek Botanicals, we will be selling more raw stones soon. We sell a lot of tumbled because we're a little store, but we're growing. And we sell a lot of jewelry. So we have necklaces, bracelets, and everything on the website. We do give a general explanation behind what the stones are good for, what people typically use them for. And people have broken it down into horoscopes and elements and all that stuff. I do that because as a businesswoman, it's not about my way. It's about you finding your own way. So if you want to go ahead and do it like everybody else is doing it, I do give you that option. But I just told you how I pick stones. So if you look on the website and you see a picture of some stones, because I lay them all out in a bowl so you can kind of get an idea, and that one speaks to you in some way, and you can say, I'm going to use it for that purpose. Just buy the stone. You can read, whatever I, put on the website, but at the same time, go buy whatever it is that you feel like it'll be good for you or to help aid and assist you along your journey. Okay, so we have to work with these things. As I always say, you are the energy conductor. So if you are the conductor of energy, then you are the person that are generating the energy from the stone. So just know that you are taking the energy, whatever it is in the stone, and you're using, because I have seen stones change colors. I have seen people wear selenite and it was white, and then all of a sudden, because that person is draining a lot of energy. So some stones you'll even lose. And I think that it's a spiritual thing when you lose a stone, or when you lose a stone necklace or something. It's maybe time for you to move on. So I know it's kind of weird, but that's just my whole thing behind it. Some people might not get it. It's not really for you to get. Some things are just spiritual. You're not going to understand it. It may not have a science to you, but it does to me. So we smudge our stones a lot. I think that there's a process that you should go through when you get your stone to like make it personalized for you. So we smudge them, we leave them out by the sun to charge them. You can also charge them with sound, okay? I am like that. I feel like all is connected. You feel what I'm saying? So these stones kind of remind me of me as a person, you know. So yeah, so we charge them by sound. You can charge them as well by the moon. There's a lot of magnetic energy. Like I said, if you're not a person that don't deal with crystals and stones, then that's fine. That's not your walk. It doesn't, feel right to you. I don't think you should do it, but it's not new age. I just want people to know that this is not new age. People are making it new age by the way they're talking about it, and they don't have a good explanation behind what stones are, but they're minerals and things that come from the earth that have different energies that can help with your electromagnetic field. Okay. And like I said, these things do help with healing. Because if they didn't, then doctors and things like that would not be using them in their treatments. But just the stone sitting there by itself, it goes through a process in medicine to where it can help people. You see what I'm saying? So you still have to eat healthy. You still have to keep negative people from around you. You still have to do your best to radiate positive energy. And the stone can kind of help with your vibration. Do not depend on stones to heal you. There's not stones opening up the portals of hell. You know what I'm saying? Now we can conduct these stones to open up the portals of hell for us. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? You have to think about the earth. There are different parts of the earth that generate different type of energy. That's why it's important to know when you move somewhere, if there's a lot of bad things that happened in that area, you can exorcise it, try to clean spirits out of it, but it's always going to be different spirits coming back to that area because that area has a certain type of energy that makes spirits, okay, and things from the unknown, as some like to call it, things from the spiritual world manifest. Okay, so the same thing with stones on the earth. Okay, you might get stones from some area that may have a lot more energy to it, a lot more cosmic energy. So there's a lot of cosmic energy into stones. I believe in the heavens they have stones. You'll hear them talk about it, in the Bible. And a lot of Christians will say, well, if we don't praise God, then the rocks will cry out. That's like another allegorical way of saying to me that the rocks have, and the stones, just like water has a level of intelligence, so does the earth. The earth can cry out. I mean, I know it's so weird, and maybe some people cannot see, but if you have like spiritual ears and you kind of understand things from a higher perspective, then you know what I'm saying? That the earth, we walk on it every day. We depend on it for substance. I don't understand how people can call anything that naturally occurs and come from the earth evil when we depend on this very earth for our survival. We depend on the earth. The minerals from the earth is for our healing. You see what I'm saying? That's why certain lakes and things have a lot of healing properties in it, because certain lakes and streams, the earth that is up underneath it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot to this. You have to do your own research before you go around calling something bad or evil or an X, Y, and Z. Learn for yourself and understand that the same people that may be telling you not to deal with this, are that they are using stones and stuff to heal you on a massive scale. They're not just down there digging and getting stones and stuff for nothing. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit. My store, we do our stones basically like this. Hopefully, we put our stones in burlap bags, and if you see right here, hold it like this. You get this little card here that tells you what type of stone is in here, and it kind of tells you what each stone is good for. It kind of gives you just a little idea so you'll know, because a lot of people get stones and they forget which one is which or what's this one called if you're new to it. And we give it to you in this really, really cute burlap bag. You'll either receive a burlap bag like this or a smaller one. If you're ordering just one stone or two, that it just may go in here. If you're ordering jewelry, I do give them out in these wonderful burlap bags. And that to me is like an extra gift to you. I try to make you guys feel special when you buy things from me. And basically the bag is reusable. You can just store your stones or other stones. You can put whatever you want to in here. So that's the wonderful thing about when you buy your crystals and stones and different necklaces. I do sell like different jewelry. This is one that's very beautiful, that's very popular. It's a rose quartz. This is a big rose quartz slice here, along with rose quartz beads on it, and it's gold plated. You guys, I have very reasonable prices, and I'm doing that because I want you all to be able to have nice quality things. I am very particular about where I get my stones from. I have to know where they came from. So that's something with me. A lot of people will say, well, just buy you a bunch of stones up out of China. A lot of stones are fake. They have a lot of fake stones. So I make sure to know, you know, where these stones came from. They have to have a destination. Where was these retrieved? I do the same thing when it comes to, and I only deal with companies that are reputable. So just buying random stuff from China is not something I do. A few of my prices will go up a little bit. So, you know, maybe take advantage now because it is getting more expensive to retrieve stones and crystals. Because why? People playing games with stones and crystals these days, okay? And are getting harder to retrieve. I'm sorry, you guys, but that's just how it is. Same thing with herbs. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Share this video with people who, you know, basically have a misunderstanding about stones and crystals, and they've been basically saying bad things. A lot of people react and talk out of fear because they don't understand things. So if they have a better understanding, you know, then maybe they would, you know, not have this negative disposition. And for all you Bible thumpers out there, crystals and stones are talked about a lot in the Bible. The breastplate that the Levitical priest would wear was made out of 12 different stones. So you know that the Bible is allegory. That's where we get our so-called birthstones from. Okay, so each stone represent a different tribe, just like there's 12 months in a year. So they say that each one of the 12 tribes of Israel really represent us, the people, and the 12 horoscopes. So that's where, if you want to talk about stones and stuff, I guess you won't be up in heaven with them evil stones and crystals and diamonds and I guess what you gonna have us y'all be talking about them streets paved with gold. So you like gold, but you don't like it. Just doesn't make sense. You know, so, you know, don't let people make you feel bad about something that you're doing. Like, why you wearing those stones? It ain't gonna do nothing for you. Do what you want to do. You know, boo. If you don't like the stone, don't wear them. If you like them, wear them. You see what I'm saying? If you feel good, and plus they just look good on us. They just look good. These earrings is banging, you know, with the little chips on there. It just looks good. So if you just want to wear it, at least wear something natural from the earth. I wear a lot of costume jewelry, you know, and stuff too. This costume little jewelry, and that's fun to wear. But if you want to, you know, wear something fancy that actually have, you know, properties to it, you see what I'm saying? That have beautiful properties to them, and helping to release energy, you know, that can help with your own energy. See, it's gold plated around. Then you can wear something like this, you guys, you know, make it mean something. I think everything we do should have purpose to it. You know, even the colors that we wear. Um, you know, that's why I wear a lot of black, because it retains a lot of energy. So, you know, the same thing with these stones. Black stones retain a lot of energy. Crystals, you know, they help to reflect energy. That's why your screen has liquid crystal particles in it. So you watching crystals every day. You dealing with crystals every single day. They are part of your everyday life. You're watching me right now through some beautiful crystals, and I am radiating beautiful energy. Y'all, I just like to have fun, and I'm just feeling good, and I hope you guys are feeling good too. I'm going to be making my next video sometime this week. I'm going to have a surprise for you guys soon. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't like to put stuff out there, but I got some big stuff coming up. Okay, you guys? So I just want to say, you guys, take care of yourselves and enjoy your stones and crystals. As soon as you get them from me, they got good energy in them. And so, yep, you smudge them and everything, sit them out, you know, put them in a bowl and stuff. They look so beautiful, just different stones sitting in a bowl. You know, you don't have to wear them if you don't want to. Just sit them out and create a beautiful electromagnetic radiating field all throughout your home. Y'all like this? I just love it. Surf it. Okay, so anyway, you guys, I'm being silly. I'm gonna see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all gotta do that. I need more subscribers. Come on, y'all. Okay, and so you guys take care and have a good one. Bye.